Yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. God, I'm fired up. It is a good week. It is a very good week. Like, there's so many good things going on right now. Hello, everybody. Good to see you here. Good to see you, Zodiac. Life is going good. We got Street Fighter coming out on Friday. We got AEW Fight Forever, which we didn't even talk about last week, with the release date coming up in just over 2 weeks. I am so looking forward to that. That is, I've already got my copy reserved, so I'm picking it up at our local GameSpot here. GameStop, sorry, not GameSpot. Here in the beautiful YEG Edmonton. Just so you guys know, we are going to have a couple announcements here tonight about a couple things I'm doing in June here. A couple things that are pretty important to me. So the first one we'll do is at the... Whoa!
But I'm better than you. And you know it!
Zodiac, 16 months, 15 straight. And I swear that other month that's just a Twitch error. So let's not even worry about that right now. Thank you for the sub with Prime. I do appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys here. Welcome to the Players Club, by the way. If you haven't been around this week on the stream, we have finally come up with some terminology here for everybody here and, and some of the stuff that we're doing here. So if you were around, I believe it was on Monday, we were chatting around here and we were doing WWE 2K23 and it just came out. Everybody here is a player because, we are the players here. If you're not sure about that, check out the merch. Don't hate the player, hate your game. But now we've officially dubbed it the Players Pit. For all you guys joining up here. And if you subscribe, we move you up to the Players Club. So welcome to the Players Club. I do have a meat platter set up there, but I don't know how long it's been sitting there in the warmth. I don't know if I'd touch it if I were you. So you can try it if you want. It's all good. But thoughts on double or not, like hot greasy meat? Well, it wasn't supposed to be greasy, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe next time I'll get pizza instead. I got to talk to the caterers about that.
You idiot.
I will sum that up that way, yeah. Anyway, my thoughts on double or nothing. Like, one thing I've said, and I've said this consistently over the last few weeks, AEW does not need to have these throw out of the ballpark shows right now. They're still in a position here where they just need to be at a point where they're not completely screwing up their shows. And I think they did it again. One of the big bonuses here, the one surprise for the night in terms of a return, Kris Statlander returns. She wins the TBS Championship off of Jade, taking that big change over here. By the way, good to see you here, both Jagger and Jade Quick. Great to see you both here. If you didn't see on Twitter today, actually Kris Statlander's going to have her first defense, which for every face that wins a female championship here in AEW, their first opponent's always Nyla Rose. So let's just get that out of the way tonight. So we are getting that. We're also getting we're getting Orange Cassidy and I believe it's Bandido taking on Gates of Agony. That's it. That's the one. So I wonder what Tony Khan Collision announcement is, but I'm guessing it's the Punk announcement. I would assume so. or else they're going to announce some other big signing for it. I would assume it's going to be Punk just to throw it out there. We're also getting, after Adam Cole and Chris Jericho had, in my opinion, one of the worst matches on the card. They're teaming up with, Chris Jericho's teaming up with Saraya, and we're going to get D.M.D. Bebe back together here for tonight. So, it's overseeing Darby. That's right, not Bandido. My bad. Thank you, Jay Quick, for correcting me there. I appreciate it. I tried to take a quick look here, but then today's been a little crazy day here. Like I said, we got a couple announcements coming up. The first one's going to come up at the top of the second hour here, right around 7 o'clock during that commercial break in there. And then I'll do the last one before the main event tonight. One of them, both of them are very important to me. They're both passion projects but for very different reasons. So, Double or Nothing was a very safe show. That's exactly what I think. Then I feel, let's just tie some loose ends up and get ready for a huge summer. I think anything that was going to be involving people that are going to be on Collision and Dynamite on opposite sides, I think this was the show to get rid of all those feuds, break them out. Bandido's in a trios match versus the BC. Okay. I didn't get a chance to see the full card tonight. Maybe I should have pulled that up, but we're 4 minutes away, so I'm sure they'll run the massive graphic to start. By the way, one thing I have to get out, and it really drives me up the wall here. I want to get this out before we get going here. And this is about AEW Fight Forever. I even made a comment about this. I made a joke about this before. That Eddie Kingston, the pictures that came out, Eddie Kingston looked like Fester from the Addams Family game from the Nintendo. Well, turns out that photo was actually a photo of a pre-render of Eddie Kingston. They actually released the intro footage for him today. So, yeah, he looks a lot better. Good on AEW for getting that fixed. Good on Jax and THQ and all those guys. God, I can't wait for that match. So, they're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together, ookie. It's WWE. Feel free to clip that anytime you want, guys. Yeah, when it comes to Fight Forever, it just feels like so many things are tying up there. Got a chance to watch Negative One and Evil Uno play it today on their Twitch stream, on the AEW Games Twitch stream this morning, and the Kris Statlander, they still got her as the old gimmick, which I'm sure eventually will get updated. From what Omega said before, this is not going to be a yearly release game. This is going to be like a service update game, so probably every year they'll throw out a patch with a different roster or different roster characters or whatnot that you can pick up, and I could see this game lasting 2 to 3 years. What if we got more than an update on Hayter? I got a feeling we're not going to hear a word about Jamie Hayter for the next few. They're going to keep it completely silent. We all know she's injured. The time frame is approximately 3 to 6 months. 3 months will take her to Allin in Wembley. If they don't say a word about it until maybe early August, and then all of a sudden that pop of Jamie's going to be there, or maybe they do the CM Punk in Chicago approach to Hayter there, because I'll tell you this, a lot of things that go on there when it comes to British wrestling, I give them kudos because they definitely do have the positivity amongst them.
One more for the good guys.
So, I hope I got that right. Thank you. Welcome to the Players Pit. Always good to have a new member down there. Remember, not too many elbows, or if you're going to get them, at least get them in the chin. So, when you talk about British wrestling fans, they have an extreme passion for both genders. Like, I know I was watching some stuff on Wrestle Talk, and be it as it may, it's still still, as far as I'm concerned, it's still valid. There are some people that were out in Saudi Arabia for routinely the Saudi shows. And frankly, nobody really cared about the women's... the substance of having the first ever women's match. In England, they will care. And they will care a lot. I could see that could be one of the biggest pops you get is having Hayter out there. Whether she's injured or not, I like the idea of someone else being champion, Hayter chasing the title. If she can at Wembley, and if she can't, then Saraya to get for the hometown pop. And did you see Danielson said Nigel better shut his mouth or he'll break his... that doesn't surprise me. I didn't see the post show. I was at Beercade. We had a hell of a time at Beercade, by the way. If you guys are in Edmonton and didn't find out or didn't come check it out, we are going to be there for Forbidden Door. It is definitely worth it. Goddamn Vegas jersey. Oh, this is one of the most grating things for me after what happened last week at Anarchy in the Arena. You know how they had Wild Thing playing non-stop on the stage throughout the Anarchy in the Arena match? I had that at a local indie show here in Edmonton where they played the Mortal Kombat theme throughout their entire match. And with all due respect, you're trying to listen to all these bumps and pops and everything, and all you hear is Mortal Kombat. I think one of the biggest pops of the night here was having the Jackson super kick the singer. And the fact that the drummers kept going, just completely ignored him, was hilarious. Finish him. Story of her next book of things that you could say in video games but don't want to necessarily say in other situations. So it's going to be interesting to see, are they going to come out here and introduce Takeshita as their newest member? Because I don't see Danielson here at all. Oh, there he is. Never mind. The little hood rat's over there. And Don Callis, I bet, gets interrupted. Oh, of course he will. Okay, so it's Bandido and the Lucha Brother. Okay. You want to keep people fired up? What is Bandido wearing? What? Is that like a Super Mario thing going on? Do you think there's any significance to Yuta getting the pin? And absolutely there was. Because as far as I'm concerned, Danielson can use that for the next 3 months just to say, Danielson can come out and say, we make young stars. And that's how we make young stars. Bandito went and raided Seth's closet. And for the record, Darth Mick, I love that clip. It's just every time I put that clip on, I get DMCA'd by YouTube. So we're not going to use that here. As much as I really want to. I hate this song. Ugh. Might be the best comment of the night, or I think so. See, they're already on commentary pushing out the fact that Yuta got the pin on Omega, as he can count the number of people that have done that. Bandito trying to be the Noid? Oh, I'll go with that too. Yuta push. I hope so. You know what? So how long do you think Omega reveals his friends? I think we got a couple weeks at least. Because I seriously think that we're going to get Okada at Forbidden Door. And that's going to be the extra incentive. Well, that didn't work out too well, did it? You would think the Lucha Brothers be a little bit more used to this as they're, being from Mexico originally. The whole time. Oh my goodness. Gotta love the leg lock on top of the table. Getting a little inventive. Always good. What did you guys think? Since we do have the Lucha Brothers here who put out Penta surprisingly made it to the final four of it. What did you guys think of the International Battle Royal? I absolutely loved that for the start of the show. So all that, and we didn't have a bell until now. Wow. In fact, we won't get Bandido and others at Forbidden Door. Yeah, it sucks. Politics sucks. I'll be the first to say it. Trust me. I'm from Alberta. This week we can tell. Politics absolutely sucks. But, fantastic match, Jagger. Yeah, to me it was really well thought out. And it's a different variation on the Casino Battle Royal, where you don't have the set timing of everything going on, which I appreciate that as well. Like the Battle Royal 2, Jay Quick? Yeah. And just that finish. The only thing to me that would have made it a lot more fun is to see Swerve go up for the Meteora as Orange is on the apron, and just as he's jumping off, Orange just slothily rolls underneath the rope into the ring. And you can almost see the Wile E. Coyote effect of Strickland just going straight down. Two broken arms and... Holy Jesus! He is the Noid! My God, the strength of Yuta in here as well. This is going to be like a minute here. Claudio right in the face of Yuta's legs. Wow. That almost had to be a clear minute. I love how Bandido was still crowding up the crowd here. Who steps up to challenge Tony Storm? I don't think we get Tony Storm in a feud until Forbidden Door. And they might have a champion versus champion match. Now, if they announce Punk tonight, would you have him at the first show? No. I would not have him wrestle on the first show. You don't need him to do anything right now. You think it's going to be Thunder Rosa versus Storm? Very well could be. And it wouldn't hurt my feelings if that was the case.
Okay. I found this on the web for Thunder Rosa versus Storm. Check it out.
No, I don't want to check that out, Siri. I don't know what the hell you're... Oh, my God. I just turned around. There's a spike pile driver going on in the ring. As we're hitting our first picture-in-picture moment. My phone just randomly decided to look up Thunder Rosa versus Tony Storm. The suplex has the crowd hotter than the 4 hours of the paper. You know what? I will say this. And I know Alvarez put out the pictures and he was crapping all over it. I'll throw that in there, Jay Quick. Sorry, I had a little moderation there for that. Yeah. That was a Corpus Christi WWE type crowd there. They only had half the people say. Here's the thing, and this is what I say about, like, Vegas Golden Knights aside, because they're still pretty brand new and they know how to market the hell out of themselves. When you bring in something that is niche, something that hasn't been done before, you're going to get the response. It's getting to the point where AEW has been very commonplace for them there. And you can only sell the regulars on so many tickets right now. Everybody says, well, you know, if you had Punk, you would have got more tickets. I honestly think you might get another 1,000, but I don't think you're going to get enough. I think Double or Nothing needs to move out of Vegas. It seems to be like, you know, when fans start to feel entitled, they start to demand a little bit more of the product than what they really should in some cases. I know as working with indies that we used to have that problem where everybody would expect certain things rather than, you know, just be thankful you actually have a show in many ways. And trust me, I was the guy that was complaining half the time when it came to some of that stuff. So I know that's the case. Before I forget here, I do want to wish best wishes to Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello for the announcement of their pregnancy of their child. Sort of makes a little bit more sense now why Ty hasn't been wrestling, right? I could just imagine her in a death match with child in hand. And Alexa Bliss, of course. Alexa Bliss announcing hers on Twitter the next day, or on Instagram, sorry. Yeah, you know what? It's really, I'm really happy to see this. The fact that they're taking, a lot of these wrestlers are starting to take their personal lives into account rather than just worrying about what the product's going to do, about their job, right? Because, well, frankly, when it comes to wrestling, the old school mentality was if either one of those two would have gotten pregnant, they probably would have been fired. Straight up fired, not coming back. You're not able to work for us. You can't make us money. Get the hell out of here. But it's 2023 now, and things have changed. Things have changed a lot. And I'll definitely say that's one of the better things here. You've seen Moxley take off for rehab and also for mental health. And Bandido just, you know, no regard for human life, right? I don't want to see any of today's stars taking bingo hall bookings in their 60s to pay bills. That's fair, too. Like, to me, if you could take care of your... Hell, if they want to take it. Like, there's a difference between taking your bill... My God. Sorry. When I see Phoenix in the ring, my jaw just... Like, can we please have Phoenix and Yuta in a one-on-one match for a while? I just think Yuta would be an absolute amazing base. Jesus! A little sort of cheeky Nando's. Oh my goodness. These Lucha Brothers, like, just a tiny bit of amazing, I think is a way to put it here. And Danielson's sitting there trying to shots back and forth here. Bandido's trying to stay sane on this, but like Wheeler Yuta, like it's funny. Ricky Starks actually made a comment here in the last few weeks talking about the Four Pillars comments and how he doesn't like them, and like a lot of us don't, for the mere fact that, you know, it sort of devalues everybody else. You look at a guy like Wheeler Yuta. You look at a guy like Ricky Starks. You look at a lady like Britt Baker. You want to talk about some pillars? There's some pillars for you. Nice. Oh, Wheeler got his arms up a little too early. I think he was expecting a quick dive, not a high dive. Jesus. That is pretty awesome. Knee to the face here. I prefer Starks, Yuta, and Garcia over Jungle Boy and Darby. Yeah, like, I would say those three. You could also throw in there, for me, Phoenix. Like, to me, Phoenix is a pillar. Phoenix, to me, is like the Undertaker of AEW. I know I've said that here before. And there you go. One little distraction's all it takes, right? They are playing it up as heels. And Yuta just keeps getting these pins. I think we nailed it right on the head. They are going to use that pin on Omega to really show up everybody here. All right, now all four of them are going to get in the ring, and this is where the Elite's probably going to show up, I'm guessing. As they run down the card here, Darby just feels like a gimmick. I think if he reinvented himself, could go far. Jack Perry has put. I think Jack Perry's got the potential to get forward. Guevara is very close. But I think that in many ways, if they could keep Jack Perry down in that TNT division right now and keep him look at the bottom heel of that boot. Okay, hold on here. Sorry, I'll get to you guys' comments about Perry here in a second. Looks like we might get the Dark Order to help out a little bit as well here. So are we going to get this match next? Oh, it's going to probably be our main event tonight. Love a Dark Order heel turn? Absolutely. Bring them back to where they were. All right. We're going to get that tag match next, so let me catch up here. So Perry needs to turn heel. I think that would be smart. I'd be smart to give him a voice. What they had with, Swerve, Big Bill, and Trent Baretta. Okay. It's an interesting matchup to start. That's what I like. This is back to the old school Raw days where you have some good talent and just some good wrestling. Heel Perry would be fun. Make Lucha face. Make Perry feel for it. Face Perry feels forced. Absolutely it does. And it feels like we're getting that underdog baby face that should be in the TNT level versus the main level here. So grown stale, no substance. Yeah, absolutely. A Dark Order heel turn, like, it's funny because every heel story is factor in with truth. Like every time there's a heel anything, right? They need to start the recruitment drive again. I don't know if it'll work a second time. Unless they recruit somebody and bring them in. To me, that would be the key. You'd have to actually bring some guys to actually make your faction worth it. And not just Stu Grayson because they're going back to Canada here in a few weeks. So, yeah, for me, it just have the win son recruit a younger talent that's underutilized. But the only kind of dark talent like that you're looking at, well, here's a question for you, chat, and let's just combine conversations together here. You're talking about Action Andretti, Darth. What about Jack Perry? You get that sense of doubt. Then you have Evil Uno doing the talking for him. Like, Uno can wrestle, but he can definitely do the talking for a faction. That's without a doubt. By the way, we are getting some storms in the area. It shouldn't affect anything for on our end, but if anything goes down, well, I warned you ahead of time, so. Yes, Perry in the Dark Order. Like, to me, that just makes the most sense. Like, Perry psychologically just isn't there right now. Like, he's the gosh darn it, I think I can do it. And then all you have to do is have the Dark Order come out and talk about how he thinks he can get going, but he really can't. He can't get things. He just hasn't been able to get out of his own way. And he can never win the big one. But with us, the Dark Order, you too can be a winner. Then have him in the corner for a few times and get some victories that way. As we're coming back with the three-way match here. I love how he's making an announcement, not a major announcement. So, oh, great. All right, Switchblade and Juice. Always good to give Rock Hard a mic. So we'll probably get Ricky Starks out here for part of the promo sometime in here, right? And it looks like there may... Or else... The other thing that we saw during the pay-per-view was the fact that FTR came for the save on Starks. Could there be the potential that we get FTR versus Bullet Club? Rock Hard was my favorite Val Venus film. Oh, God. All right, we're playing this. Okay, I can live with this. Do you think it could be a 6-man with... Please clap. Yeah, I know. At least it wasn't canned cheers like WWE's starting to do again. There we go. Oh, God, spittle on the mic already. Okay. Ooh, we got some thunderclaps here, boys and girls. How can an Australian call anyone a Southern boy? That's a very good point there, Zodiac. You know, Australia is full of prisoners, or at least they started out that way. You've been thunderstruck. No, with everything that's been going on here the last few weeks, and it's actually refreshing to have that kind of these kind of storms coming out here. So they are using Tony as a shield here somehow. I don't know exactly what's going on here. Oh, could you just imagine FTR joining Bullet Club Gold? How many factions would it have to be a part of? Top shelf, top guys? I don't know about that. Tony's like, nope, that's my point. I'll piece it out. Because I know exactly where this is going. Whoa! That was a shot! Did you see that tooth fly? Like, that was shocking to me how that tooth went like that. Or Well, at least we got our next tag feud going forward. Ricky throws a chair into the ring. Unfortunately, the chair almost flies out. Okay. So we're going to get Jay White and Ricky Starks next week. Let's see if they can ramp this up from the last time these guys went at it. I got a feeling we're going to get a debut next week because, you know, with everything going on with New Japan coming up at the end of the month, you're probably going to start integrating a little bit more in there. Ah, that boy Excalibur. Gotta love the MLB mask there. Think there's any chance Starks joins Bullet Club? Nah. Here's the announcement. And he still hasn't blinked. Oh, there he blinked.
We made some announcements regarding the debut of AEW Saturday Night Collision, starting June 17th at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. I'm here tonight to give you a little more information about the debut of AEW Collision. I'm here to announce that AEW Collision, beginning June 17th, will feature CM Punk.
There it is. There's the announcement. Half the crowd's booing, half the crowd's cheering. Let's just say there's a reaction. I think it's more of the stating the obvious, just getting it out of the way. I like the fact that Tony's just getting this out of the way. Like last time when they were doing the first announcement of Punk, they didn't include anything. Good opportunity to make Punk a heel? Absolutely, if they play their cards right. But he's in Chicago. He could probably murder some babies and murder some puppies and still get over as a face there, right? So... all right, now we're getting into the triple threat match here. But no, it almost makes sense. That's how Chicago rolls. Yeah, like, please, they got Joe Kelly on the White Sox. That should explain enough about that. Ugh. I really shouldn't say a whole lot being a Toronto fan after some of the news that came down this week. Yeah, if you didn't hear... an unfortunate retweet. I've done this before too, so it just. It was an Instagram reel share of anti LGBTQ rally. One of the pictures for the Blue Jays, Anthony Bass, reposted. Then everybody got into a fervor without it, and he later apologized. He screwed up, and he's trying to be better, and. I appreciate that. I'm surprised Moriarty hasn't come out with his mask on. I really wonder if Calvin Klein advertises for Big Bill or sponsors Big Bill. Sorry. You think they do? So every time he comes out there, he's got Big Bill around his waist. Or, sorry, he has Calvin Klein around his waist. Didn't know Calvin Klein still made clothes. You know, they could be that old, possibly. There is a possibility of that in this case. I got a feeling that Swerve is a little bit ticked off here tonight. But I would love to see, and I think this is my biggest pet peeve here, that they never finished off the Keith Lee feud with Swerve. It's like the feud that won't die. Swerve needs a belt? I think so. You want to talk about somebody who doesn't need a belt in Phoenix? Somebody who needs a belt is Swerve. Like, he's entertaining as hell. His promos are great. His album is decent, apparently. I'm not into the rapping and the dapping and the bapping. So I'm not 100% sure, but... See, here's something else for you guys. And as I flash up the AEW Fight Forever logo on the bottom, which I'm absolutely amazed about. If you watch my WWE 2K23 streams, if you're doing a triple threat match, you have to, for some reason, you have to book a 2 faces and a heel rather than 2 heels and a face. I don't know why, but every time you do it the other way, Triple H gets upset. I actually play it up on purpose a couple times because if I need my mid-card match to be somewhat average, I just send it out that way, right? So it makes a little bit more sense. So it says we'll hear from Takeshita and Don Callis. I got a feeling we're just going to hear from Callis. Takeshita ain't going to say a word the whole time. But I wonder how Callis is going to consider Takeshita in the same age as Bockwinkel. But if they're saying Omega's gone to Canada this week, which means we aren't going to see him until Forbidden Door, possibly. There's a chance that that Callis thing could just be a backstage interview, which it would disappoint me a little bit because, well, Callis is at the point where he's going to start getting Dominic Mysterio levels of heat. And then I think that might be Italian heat, not Latino heat, but... Oh, geez, I totally forgot about... Sorry, I just saw the picture-in-picture here for a second. The fact we get Transformers in just over a week as well. Like, my favorite franchise growing up, I really want... Because we got so many games here, I really wanted to get into Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron. We are going to be doing those for the channel here in the future. But my God, like... So many good movies coming out too right now, and so many good games coming out. One thing we didn't get a chance to talk about earlier this week is WrestleQuest, the wrestling-based RPG, made an announcement earlier this week that they're coming out beginning of August. It is August 4th for PlayStation and August 9th for Switch. So for those that haven't seen it, it's an RPG. It's, you know, you got to rank yourself up and all that great stuff, and you get, but it deals with a whole bunch of legends. Like I've seen Macho Man's the main character. You get Jeff Jarrett in there, which speaks to, you know, where Jarrett should be right now, but I digress. You got Andre in there. You got, I believe you got Bam Bam in there. I thought I saw Harley Race on the outside. Sergeant Slaughter's in there as one of the potential managers. I haven't seen a full demo of the game, but I am definitely interested in seeing it. I'm probably going to throw it up on the channel here. And chat, just about this match here, I really love how three people that really shouldn't need to have a match against each other, they just have one. For the fact that we could sit back and we could talk about a lot of this stuff as we're going along here as well, some other topics, and just have entertaining wrestling on in front of us. To me, it harkens back to the times where we had, back when we had Raw, like early days of Raw, where you just you'd have the feuds sort of around, but they necessarily didn't have to be there. They'd just be solid matches all the way across. Nice, Baretta. And Swerve just ate that boot. My goodness. Oh, it's AEW. Somebody's got to fly. Most people would have thought it would have just been Swerve, though. I thought Swerve was going to fly over the Meteora there. But now he's got it set up, so he's going to do it now. Well, he thought he was going to do it now. Jesus. That's a counter of a counter. Paul White needed to learn how to do that one a lot better. Somebody's got you around the throat. He breaks the hand. Just let it keep... Wind it up like a pitcher and just go. Are they... No. Oh. No. Okay, no. Okay, I was thinking double Spanish fly, but that would have been flipping insane. But a superplex still is, you know... That's still pretty impressive with these three. I was going to say, could you imagine a Spanish fly off the top with those three? Oh yeah, we got Rain and Hail out here now, so there's a lot of fun here tonight. Nice shots. Is that hail? Yeah, there is a little bit of hail coming down right now. We've been getting some extreme weather the last few days. With it being so hot as it was for a while, like I said, I don't mind this one bit. There's the kick. You're not going to get a heel on heel cover. Come on now. All right, roll through. Is that like a Busaiko knee? Everybody keeps telling me. Oh, there's the pile driver. Won't do it because Bill's getting up. Camera should have changed about a half second earlier, so we didn't notice Bill getting up at all. Then you get that sense of doubt all the way across, right? All right, what are they doing here? There's going to be some kind of crazy spot here. There has to be. Oh, here we go. Bill throws a... Oh, God. Double stomp? Okay. I see you. All right, chat. One of the biggest... All right. Good on Swerve for winning the match, but here's something that I just saw there that makes me a little upset about this. That's the exact same pin that Wheeler got on Bandido. You know, having the same finish in 2 matches in a row, like, really? Not the best, not the best of things there, I would think. Oh, and here they go with the Statlander highlights. I love this. The one thing I liked the most about it was the fact that nobody thought Statlander was coming out. Like, everybody's wondering, where is she? When is she coming back? And when she did, it was a legit pop from everybody there. I think this might have been one of the biggest pops of the night. And I will say, if you guys weren't here for the stream on Sunday, I did pick up one of the new Statlander shirts, the one that looks like the comic book, on her return there. I'm a sucker for comic book t-shirts like that. And yeah, Statlander just... It's funny, I actually heard a lot of wrestlers actually openly wept when they saw her win, just for the fact that she came back. Well, this should be interesting now that they just lost their trios match. Makes me wonder what they're doing on this promo here. Like, the House of Black beat them last week, so... Okay. No, we got to bring somebody in here. Like, that's what Billy sort of sounds like when he's mentioning that there. Yes, you were. Wait. Okay. It almost felt like they were doing a heel turn there. So which championship are they going to go for? All right. I think this was a, yeah. I love how Boaz dropped the mic and Renee's like, no, we need that. Well, it's a decent way to kill some time here. All right, so we're probably going to get that as the semi-main. All right, that... Oh. Yeah, I was going to say the main event's got to be the mixed tag here. So what are they going to have next if they're not... Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, since this is probably where we're getting our full commercial here. Sorry, guys, I got to take the floor here for a second here. Sort of related, but sort of unrelated. But I want to give you guys my first of two announcements tonight. Forgive me here. I'm trying to be, I thought about writing something formal up, but I'm not going to at this point. That just wouldn't be me. All right. So every year I try to attempt to do a charity month, both trying to help out people wherever I can, and I've always thought of giving back is just as important as your community giving you. And last November we did our fundraiser for Jack.org, and we were successful. It turned out to $1,000, and we ended up with a Just Dance stream out of it. I haven't nailed down exactly what we're going to do for number 2. We might just do another Just Dance stream, but I am going to announce today that I am going to be raising funds for the Canadian Red Cross, specifically the Alberta Red Cross, helping out people with all the forest fires, being displaced from their homes, and everything that the Canadian Red Cross does to help out people. I'm going to be doing that for the month of June. But there is going to be one very special stream that's going to be a part of this as well. And I guess I need this slide to do that. There it is. So, on June 23rd, Friday, June 23rd, I will be hosting another 12-hour stream with the funds going towards the Canadian Red Cross Cross-Play campaign. This is coincidentally also my affiliate anniversary. We celebrated 5 years as a streamer earlier this year, back in March. Now I believe it is now 3 years as an affiliate. So June 23rd is the affiliate anniversary. So why not make it special? And why not pass it along to another group that deserves it just as well as I've been fortunate to have all of you here. So all the overlays and the detail information. If you want to get in on this early for donating, there is a panel down below on Twitch here. Otherwise, I will have a QR code on the screen, and we will have a scale on the I guess it'd be that side of the screen as we're going forward. And hopefully my goal is $1,000, and I hope that we can help support people in some of the worst times that we've had here in a very long time. So, all right. As I turn my face to the TV, I see Tony Schiavone acting like he's about to puke, which only means Don Callis is about to come out. I see Callis is now officially gone with the Tommaso Ciampa entrance here, right? His entire entrance is going to be the Chance of Booze. What are those pants that he's wearing? Seriously. Oh, nice. Ah, good old Callis. Worm with glasses. Get a little more creative. Come on now. Callus, you just... No. It don't work that way. He's getting Dom levels of heat right now. And Takeshi just sitting back. It's like, I'm not going to have to do a damn thing, and I'm going to be the most hated guy in the company. I find it funny that nobody really cares. Oh my. This is where the Bucks should just come out and take care of this. So do we get Takeshita and Omega at Forbidden Door? Here's the question. Oh. They brought up the Okada name. Uh-huh. And of course, he's going to speak in all Japanese, so we're going to get the stereotypical heel. Don't let him speak. He's just a solid assassin. Seriously. Cut his mic. Get him out of here. Oh, Callus. And I like Takeshita. He doesn't have to shoot the finger at anybody. He's just, yes. So I love the story of the ladder match. Just a lot of people were upset that Arn did as much as he did, but for myself personally, I love the fact that Arn will not only talk the talk, he'll walk the walk. Okay. That'd be interesting. Oh, so we're getting Gates of Agony now. Okay. Top of the hour. This is interesting. The fact they're actually putting... they're putting Orange Cassidy at the top of the second hour versus the top of the first. This could be a test right now, just to see what kind of reaction they're going to get from the crowd, get from the whole situation that comes up here. It actually makes a lot of sense. Darby with a different entrance now. Well, I don't know if it's a different entrance. They got the different spotlight, that's for sure. But as Darby's coming out here, I just want to thank you guys once again for popping by here. It's always appreciated having you here. Whether you're live in chat, whether you're lurking, whether you're watching on YouTube after, it's always appreciated. I like the fact that he's in a tag team match here right now, Orange Cassidy. The fact that Orange... the Orange has been through so many people. So many opponents here, whether it's been... all right, that was a choice. Like, yeah, there's 20 people in this battle royal. There's all these singles matches that he's been through here. Left when Big Bill came out, it was coincidental. Big Bill did Burning Wrong. Fair enough. They did announce... Well, yeah, they did the CM Punk announcement before. We just finished up with Don Callis and Takeshita in the ring, getting Dom levels of heat. Other than that, they had the Acclaim come out and do just a typical babyface promo that they want to make sure that Billy Gunn gets a title before he retires. They want to get him one more championship. So there might be a possibility he either goes for a singles run or they're the ones to take the trios titles off of House of Black. Jesus! Think trios? Yeah, it makes the most sense. And here's the other key thing that if you were watching the trios match at Double or Nothing, this is where it would make the most sense on how they can make the excuse to come back. They thought they were good enough they didn't have to do a stipulation in that matchup. Like, there was no asking of like in the House of Black rules, there's 3 sets of rules and then the opponents get to pick one. Well, they didn't the Acclaim basically said that they didn't need a stipulation because they're good enough that they don't need one. Jesus. Okay. So Swerve is going to be the guy to take the title off of Orange. I can almost see it right now. Turn Acclaim heel, have Billy beat Wardlow with the Acclaim helping. Hey, I take it. Well, hell, when it comes to having Arn there, he might not have bullets tough enough to get through the skin of Billy Gunn, so there might be a shot in that, right? Like, I think my comment of the night when it came to our preview show for Double or Nothing was when I had to ask Andre C if they had elephant bullets for Luchasaurus. But I do like the fact that they have the ROH tapings coming up this week. And they're having a few of the ROH wrestlers on Dynamite. On that note, him jumping in the ladder in the way he did, I'm sure his leg broke in some way than the ladder did the other night. Maybe. Thought for sure his leg would, like, some of the spots that these guys do are absolutely insane. Like, it really feels weird for a lot of the stuff that they do. Sorry, I had a bit of a hiccup, so I had a emergency swig of my iced tea here. I would have Alti subs tonight, just for the record. Shout out to PJC, Privileged James Crowder, for those. But unfortunately, they're being held at customs right now, my order. Damn government. I ordered it a week ago. It got to customs yet. It would be yesterday. I gotta take a look at this. Yeah, no, still seeing it at Pile Customs. Everybody must have the week off or something. I don't know what it is. The other thing I get a laugh out of here is probably by tomorrow I'll have... by the time the stream's done today, I get to go outside. First world problems, I understand this completely. But because of security measures, we had to have our front door locked at 6. And UPS planned a delivery between 3 and 7. So I'm guessing that it never showed up here, or he showed up at the front door and it was locked. I picked up a new iPhone case for myself, so hopefully, which is available in the merch store, by the way. But I will give you a hint. Check it out now. But you might want to wait till tomorrow or Friday for take a look at everything we're going to have in there, because I might have a few surprises coming up. But I'll have more details about that in about, I'd say about half hour time, a little bit more. Just during our last commercial break. I really wonder what they're going to do with Darby now that this feud is over with the Pillars. Do they start playing up the Sting feud? Because I am still set on having Sting have his final match at Wembley in front of 90,000 people. Because I seriously believe that kind of crowd is what he deserves for his final match. But speaking of final matches, here's one that just came up on the old Twitter box I think it's the last few hours. Goldberg, Ryback. Apparently, the challenge has been thrown down and accepted somehow. I want to give a shout out to HPC2 Sweet the Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots podcast, who brought that to my attention earlier today. But yeah, apparently Ryback and Goldberg, as Goldberg is planning 4 retirement matches, and that's supposedly one of them. All I can say is, Tony Khan, please do not book that. Sting versus Billy, loser stays. Speaking of Billy, did you guys get a chance to see Billy Corbin's tweet about the NWA? Basically said, if you're not watching Tyrus, you're not a real wrestling fan. I saw that tweet and I realized how much I'm not a real wrestling fan these days, I guess. Absolutely floors me that, somebody be that stupid to say something like that, but also not very surprising either. Being a promoter of your own product, right? I get what he was trying to say. I love this hot tag. Orange Cassidy's hot tag is putting his hands in his pants. The only kind of hot tag you expect at that time of night, that's something between you and your significant other, I would say, is the best way to put that one. Why is Cassidy making the Gates of Agony look like complete idiots? They are the six-man champs. It has caused NWA to be talked about a lot more than it has been talked to. Kudos to him. And don't get me wrong, the NWA is a very decent product, and what he was doing is actually promoting the Crockett Cup, which the Crockett Cup has a lot of great talent involved in it. It's just, once again, it's one of those just get people out of your way. Like sometimes your own worst enemy is yourself. And Darby comes in like a cannonball to break up the cover there. And I will say this, even though Darby's as small as he is, I appreciate how he breaks up a cover. And it's one thing I mentioned during the pay-per-view while I was sitting at Beercade. It really upsets me when, I see somebody slap somebody's back on a cover and the referee just stops counting because it's like broken up. In my opinion, you're still covering the guy. Should still count until he actually stops covering the guy. I get it, the whole drama effect and everything, but at the same time, oh, he went for the Samoan spike and got hit with a Superman punch. Isn't that like a double party foul? Missing the Samoan spike and getting hit with a Superman punch. That's like a double foul for Samoans. Okay. That's a nice ending spot here. That coffin drop looked like it hurt. That was almost what we call a video game coffin drop there. Because during the video game, sometimes it won't hit perfect, but you'll still count it as a perfect hit. It's funny how Orange is looking to Cassidy or Orange is looking to Darby for a little help. Oh my God, he's finally back. The old man has showed up. Looked like he literally threw his jacket on because the one side's tucked in like... Well, I do love those bomber jacket style, though. So this is where Darby's going to go from here? I love Redsburg. Just, here's your title. Trying to be so nonchalant about it. I do find it funny though that Cassidy just literally will take any challenge, but you don't see it going on here, right? Like Swerve's so upset that he has to find some way to get back at Cassidy. He's like, dude, you want to fight? Just go talk to Tony and book it. I don't care. The look on MJF's face when he finished that match off. So, folks, who do you think is going to be MJF's next opponent? To me, that's the big question right now. I think personally, you find somebody who is a higher rank in NJPW, and you're going to have that crossover match at Forbidden Door because, you know, it's old school wrestling. So you have your champions defend their title against a top challenger, and they win. That just happens. But then after that, I Goldberg. Could you imagine? Bill Goldberg is AEW champion. Sammy for a couple months, that Adam Cole. I could see that. That would make a lot of sense to me too, like having Sammy live off this momentum of what's been going on here. But to me, I think once you get done Forbidden Door, you go right into that Punk feud right now. That Punk feud is still hot, relatively, because he never lost the title, right? He never lost the title by being beat. He lost the title because he opened his mouth. And we could argue a brawl out all the way we want, back and forth. And I don't really give two hoots, to be honest. We will have the Owen Hart tournament going on soon, so that'll take away from some of the title competition. Yeah, fair enough. And I think with that being said, that's the way you can carry title feuds all the way to Wembley. Or more importantly, Chicago. That's why I think we're probably going to get... I could see us getting CM Punk going into all out in Chicago. MJF retains and that Adam Cole gets it at Full Gear. That's roughly my roadmap for this. If we got to have one before that, you're probably, you're looking at Sammy Guevara. Let's not put Punk near the title. He needs to stay. You still got to run that match. Before Punk gets injured, you got to run that match. Get that out of the way. It's like whenever you throw an interim tag on somebody. Let's get that in. Let's get any controversy done with the interim tag, and then we can move on from it to anything else. That'll work out. He's a draw without the title. Have the match, and please don't let him win. Exactly. Like, you just get that match out of the way because it's one of the matches that's slapping everybody in the face. It's so obvious to be booked. You might as well just get it over and done with. Are we getting another promo? Like to see Eddie Kingston versus MJF. Once Eddie's back, All right, Hook's coming out. You got interrupted Tony, which is interesting. I really do hope that this doesn't take long because I'd like to get Kris Statlander a decent amount of time in her first match on Dynamite back from like I said, I'd really like to get just her first match back. I'd like to get her on my screen, a little bit more screen time for her, get her over a little bit more. Okay. All right, Preston Vance. Oh, now he gets the cheap heat that way. Okay. All right, Taz, get out there. Come on, Daddy. Come on, Daddy. Oh, God. Somebody hit the emergency buzzer. Could you imagine right now? Why would you? Why would you do? Oh, here we go. Here it is. Oh. No. Come on. We all want it. We all want it. Please. Please. He's right there with a chair. That's all it would take. Just one smack. One little smack. One little smack. That's all we ask. Just one smack. Ah, damn it. All right, who's coming in? Let's get this feud going. Okay. All right, so no feud, just kill 5 sec. You couldn't have cut that promo out to give Statlander and Rose a little extra time. But isn't it like clockwork, chat? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But the first opponent for any face champion here in AEW is Nyla Rose. Shida, Riho, Thunder Rosa. They were all... Like, I think Nyla was the first opponent for all of them. Even, well... Baker sort of did the natural turn, so it really didn't matter. And then Hayter... I would say more as an anti-hero, right? Large in power shows the face overcoming the odds, so to speak. Makes sense. Yeah, like, it does. I'll tell you point blank. WWE did a lot with Kane and the Big Show, if I recall. Absolutely. Like, I'm not saying it's... I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. But I'm also saying that, you know, maybe pop something different in there just to change things up a little bit. And the thing is, Kris Statlander's almost big, if not bigger, than Nyla Rose. Like, you look at them in the ring right now, they're pretty much the same size. Nyla's wider, got a little more LBs, but that's not necessarily, you know... Strength-wise is a difference. Yeah, that's fair enough. So, Chad, has anybody found out what time the Wembley show is? Like, I'm assuming it's like 1 Eastern or something like that. I'm trying to find out if we're going to be able to do All In at Beercade or not. But if it's an afternoon show, we'll probably just do a watch along here at home. Or on Twitch, sorry, I guess a better way to put it. Nobody's coming over to my place to watch, so. Well, there could be, you never know. See. I actually have to see if I can get the week off for work. One or the other, I don't think I get off to get to watch it live if it's an afternoon show, but I'll check that later on. And just a heads up for more watch-alongs that we're going to be doing, or sidecasts. Next week, I'm going to be doing 2 video game-related ones with the Summer Games Fest next Thursday, June 8th. And then the Xbox presentation coming up on June 11th. I will be here. You'll get to watch it just like we do here, except it'll actually be on my screen. I'll be giving you my thoughts as we go along here. So is Taya going heel? So 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, they're running an afternoon show. So if I have the day off work, we'll watch it here. We'll watch it here together. Because honestly, watching it with you guys makes this so much more fun. To check things out and, you know, have different opinions from, well, basically all across the world. The States, Canada. It's a lot of fun, and it's great to, like I said, it's great to have all of you here. as we are checking things out week in, week out. But getting back to the match here, Statlander's gimmick, I'm really glad that she's gone away a little bit from the alien gimmick, because you can only take that so far. It's sort of like with Leva Bates when she was here. I know she didn't get much time on camera, and that's a whole different discussion for another day, and how she found out her contract wasn't renewed and all that stuff. That can all be dealt with later. But for me, the fact that she got away from her cosplay gimmick to just a set gimmick, like the librarian gimmick, was absolutely brilliant for her and Peter Avalon. I just wish there was some way they could have played it up a little bit more and got a little bit more screen time, because, Leva's absolutely amazing, and, she's been gaining titles with companies the second she's left, right? So I believe she's got one already, if not two. And Statlander, same thing. Like, the alien gimmick, you could boop somebody on the nose so many times before it starts feeling like a 90s gimmick. Met Statlander at GalaxyCon last year, and she's really seemed like a fun, nice, genuine... One thing I can say about it, and I haven't met her, and I'm glad that you did, Darthmic. I've heard on many occasions about separate people, separate conversations, just talking about how happy they were for Statlander to get back in the ring and win that championship on Sunday. I know the latest I heard was Evil Uno on his Twitch stream earlier today with Negative One. They were playing a little AEW Fight Forever, and he actually mentioned how much he had actually started crying in the back when she got to come back out again. So and it just, you'll like to see good people succeed. And to me, that feels really special when you can see good people succeed. Damn. Statlander moving quick. It's going to be interesting now working with two knee braces like that. Okay. Took some effort to get her up for that Blue Thunder Bomb, but wonder if she's going to be able to get her up for the Big Bang Catastrophe here. I'd love to see it, but I don't know if... I don't know if I want to work the legs like that and just there's essentially your second match back. Nyla looking for the cannonball. Oh, hit the cannonball outside. Why not? Sorry, I just deal with a quick thing there. Sorry about that. So What does Statlander have for a top rope move that she uses to finish things off? Like, she do the senton or what? Jesus! Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like, someone as tall as Statlander and big as Statlander is not supposed to be able to do that. I love the fact she does sign language in the ring. I wish I understood it, but I know she's talking to fans there. Ha! They gotta actually announce. Oh my god. Dralistical Commander and Vikingo. Yeah, okay. I think it might actually be worth checking out Rampage this week. Yeah, I expected that. And the match that absolutely flopped last Sunday. I don't know, for me personally, just between the gimmick and the actual match, it just ugh. It's almost like you could have got rid of the BS to start the match and then just go ahead. Then having a referee stoppage in a unsanctioned match, why would you? Like, if it's unsanctioned, you shouldn't be doing anything like that. But maybe it's just me. All right. It's been a great Dynamite so far tonight. A good follow-up to what we had last time at the pay-per-view. But I promised you guys a second announcement, and I guess we're getting to our last spot here. So if you guys weren't here for the first one earlier in the evening, I did announce that I'm doing a 12-hour charity stream coming up on June 23rd with the funds going towards the Canadian Red Cross Alberta Division. But the second one, it's related to it's a fun project. Like, let me face it, it's not something that's going to blow the socks off everybody, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. For those that know me, know I really like fighting games, and I really do like creating the atmosphere of a great fighting game. A real good atmosphere, like when wrestling shows up, it has a very good atmosphere with it. So I wanted to, as much as I love my overlays and everything that's going on, I felt like there was a little bit of a change that need to be had to show that these games are special to me and something very different from everything else I played. So here's what we're coming up with starting on Saturday. There we go! Booyaka! Booyaka! Yes, folks, we're starting up the Backbreaker Fight Club, which it's going to be a little fun here. Just, gives you a little bit more of a darker feel. We get a little grittier as we go along here. We're going to get in here and we're going to dig into the pits because I definitely want to get into all these fighting games that are coming up here. We are going to be starting up Saturday with Street Fighter 6. Probably start around 7 o'clock Mountain Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. And I at least want to get into once a week that we get into ye old fighting games. So it's probably going to be a lot of Street Fighter 6. I do plan on setting up a Backbreaker Fight Club group in the Street Fighter 6 game itself. So hopefully you guys can check it out, whether you're actually playing the game or you're just hanging out with us here and watching it on stream. So, and with some of the announcements that are going to be coming up this week, between the Mortal Kombat 1 play trailer that's going to be coming up during Summer Games Fest, and everybody keeps talking about a Killer Instinct reveal coming up on the 11th. That's why I want to stream it mainly, so. Britt going with some, powder blue gear. Really? Did the audio just screw up in the arena? I love it when a team comes out dressed in the same colors together. I wonder if Jericho's going to do that with some green on. Oh, God, do I love that entrance. Just the fact that Adam Cole is such a nice guy outside the ring. And you can even tell, oh. And, of course, we're going to get the two separate entrances for the heels, which, I want to see how long she can last in this ring, because we got 15 minutes here for this match here. Now, does he come out in green? I sure as hell hope so. It's the devil in the details, right? Nope. Not at all. Just a little bit of... Oh, I guess they're going black. That makes sense. Wouldn't Tony or Ruby be... No. Because... If you go back to the beatdown that happened with Adam Cole in the ring, it was Saraya who did the belt lashings to Britt. So you do need to play this up with Saraya, even though the better match probably, in this case, probably would be Ruby. But I expect this to be an absolute fluff nothing match, to be honest, to be frank. Or to be Mike in this case, but, I think the match will end with Jericho getting over in the end here. Due to some shenanigans with everybody else on the outside. Because I do expect a schmoz. It is a Chris Jericho match after all. Hey, Jaron, how you doing, my friend? We're just here watching a little AEW Dynamite, getting ready for all the great things coming up here this week. Hockey fight. Got 5 days off next week? Yeah, nice. I was going to say you jerk, but I'm just jealous. I'm finishing up my 5 days off here. Tomorrow will be my last day off before I go back to work. Ironically enough, Street Fighter 6 comes out the day I have to go back to work, but I booked them off way before we found out about the release date, so. Just a quick heads up because of the announcement, I had to miss going through my usual what's up next portion. My next stream's actually going to be early tomorrow. It is going to be 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. Mountain. Myself and Kayla J, we're going to be back to get to It Takes Two. So make sure you stop by the channel and check that out. And then we'll be back on Saturday with... why is Saraya sticking her hand out for a tag? We're going to be here with Street Fighter 6 on Saturday. Then Sunday night, we're probably going to get in our next 2 weeks of WWE 2K23. So, and then Monday, we'll be back to Street Fighter 6 because I want to get back into that game as much as possible. And now they're going to have a hockey fight here. That's always great. The fact that Britt still, her back is just killing her. And she still looks as smooth as she is right now. Jesus! Beautiful air raid crash there. And of course, Jericho's got to do Jericho things. Ha! And of course, Saraya does the face pin when the referee's distracted. I don't know. When it comes to Saraya, just... I haven't seen that performance yet that really sets it up for me, that makes me feel good about having her in there. And I wonder if TBS is throwing in the mixed tag rules rather than... Ah, here we go. At least she's doing them the right way this time. Ah. Thought Jericho was actually going to do something there, but he just ends up taunting her a little bit. Going up. Nice suplex. Okay. I'll give her a nice suplex there, but that's about it. So, I think we all can agree the biggest money match you can get for All In and Wembley is going to be Saraya and Jamie Hayter for the championship. Now, do we go with the two title defense way of getting the title into Saraya, or do we go with a 4-way and just have Saraya win the championship and that start to break up the Outcasts a little bit, or they still play up that somebody on the Outcast deserves a championship? Like, to me, I could almost see them doing a 4-way at Forbidden Door. And as you can see, Saraya just pulling off the like she's keeping up. Like she got 10 more minutes to go here yet though. Oh, and here we go. Like I said, we're setting up for a schmoz here. Four-way. Also, Drew McIntyre stepping in as a challenger for someone who does an open challenge or Grado. Well, she just found a way to clean things up a bit. I don't think you're going to get Drew McIntyre cleaned up here, Drew Galloway, whichever you want to call it. It appears that they do have something set up. Oh, get your goddamn picture-in-picture with advertising out of here. That's my job. Am I the only one who finds it odd that McDonald's and Burger King ads on here? It's whoever's going to give the money, right? And also, when it comes to wrestling, a lot of people still think it's the way that it was during the Attitude Era. Oh, they're popped for the nostalgia there. Like, look what happened with Domino's. They ended up having their commercials show up just as Nick Gage comes out with a pizza cutter. And then they go to picture-in-picture with a Domino's commercial. Like, stuff like that is the reason that it's hard to get advertisers for wrestling. Oh, you mean competitors having ads? No, not at all. Hell, up until this week, we were getting ads for Under Siege during the regular commercials here. And frankly, I think these burger companies and whatnot, all these fast food restaurants, they're just rotating through. All I know is they ain't paying me nothing, so I make sure I put them on mute whenever they come up on my end. I just freaking clothesline you. Warner Bros. Discovery is a big enough entity that exclusivity might go out the window. Exactly. Like, but I do think for finding more sponsorship opportunities, it is tougher to find that. I actually think the sales of Fight Forever might have a lot to do with potential sales that'll be going forward here, right? Because if that game sells like gangbusters, it's going to prove that a lot of people watch the wrestling and enjoy it, right? That's Saraya. Okay. Worried about not having a breakout for a save or something, or what? You find it ironic that, and I just saw this right now. After that chair shot that Aubrey took at the pay-per-view, you notice this is probably the first match in a very long time that Aubrey Edwards is not working with Jericho in it. This might be one of the first times I've seen it in a very long time. Whether she's on vacation right now or she's selling the chair shot. Lockjaw Jericho. Oh, buddy. You know Jericho wanted that picture framed. Oh no. I see what's coming here. Oh no. Britt's getting out of the way. Never mind. Code breaker. Okay. So you know the lockjaw's not happening. All right, we got 4 minutes left before the show goes off the air, so it wouldn't surprise me if we get the women's hot tag and then all of a sudden a screwy ending for Saraya to win it, but because Cole won the last one, so that should mean... Oh, here comes the hot tag. Which actually in a mixed tag match really isn't that hot, but... I will say they are trying with the camera cuts, right? Oh, nice reversal. There it is. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. I thought they were going to have a finish right there. Just because, you know, we're getting close to time. So we've seen 2 finishers so far. Both ladies, and now, oh, here we go. Crescent kicks above everybody. And Jericho's not legal, so what's the... Oh, I guess it's a mandatory whatever. The JAS have got to show up here somewhere. Nope, never mind. Wow. They gave it clean to Cole? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't feel upset about it, but at the same time, are they just trying to make up for what they did at the pay-per-view? I'm hoping that this is over now. I think this might have been the one feud just to get Cole back into things. Nice catch. Nice catch, Cole. Unfortunately, Jericho throwing a hissy fit might... Please don't beg this be another match. So are they just trying to fill the last hour or last couple minutes here or what? Yeah, I guess they are. Decent finish. It really wasn't the best built feud in the world, so I guess this is sort of apropos to finishing it off this way with just a little bit of a plunk to finish it. So for me, it makes a little bit of sense at least. But overall, like, once again, as we said, nothing that blows you out of the water. Statlander's 450 was absolutely freaking amazing, but... Higher than that, not a whole lot nothing bad. I would say overall in the show, there was nothing really horrible. The promos felt like they didn't need to be there, but they weren't out of place. If that makes sense to me here, or it makes sense to you here. Whether it be the Acclaim promo, the Don Callis promo, the Elite promo. The Elite promo put in a few little things setting up here for the Dark Order possibly, though. So I'll give it that. The Outcast promo. Like the promos, like I said, they weren't bad. They just weren't anything to knock anything out about. And here's the other thing that I do enjoy. The fact that we can enjoy a great show and people are probably going to be focusing on the show, not on the announcement. Because Tony Khan did announce earlier that CM Punk is going to be a part of Collision, which I think was the most expected thing in the world. But I don't think anybody's really... All right, thanks for letting us know. We'll get back to our regular enjoying the show thing here. Felt like this show tonight was there to tread water until next week when Forbidden Door starts being cracked open. Yeah, I think they wanted to get... I think they wanted a better finish to the feud between these four. And Jericho just went backstage after his match and said, look, let's fire up a mixed tag. Let's set it up for Wednesday. Let's get this feud finished properly. And that very well could have been what they did here. To set up this main event here tonight. But I do sincerely hope that Adam Cole is in a position to move on now to something else. Anything else. Anything else. Maybe one of the three opponents that he had at Forbidden Door, because 1 year anniversary of him being out and whatnot. I would hope they're there. Because we didn't get the pinfall between Britt and Saraya, I got a feeling we're probably going to get one more match between those two. I hope not, but their feud has to find some way to end here. And the fact that Shida came out with the kendo stick to get rid of the Outcasts sort of makes it feel like something's still going to continue with that. But once again, like we were saying, everything is pretty much... It was a decent show, not an overly over-the-top show. But it wasn't a bad show. And I think that's what matters the most right now to all of us here. And it's a good follow-up. And as long as they continue the momentum of not screwing things up like this, I think they're going to be very successful going forward here as we get towards Forbidden Door.